Hello, this is Dr. Sage. Today, I'm going to go practical with you to learn how to write SQL select statements precisely if this is the beginning of your career. Okay, assuming we have a table called customers with these names, okay, customer ID, name, quantity, state as the columns in this table, okay, and you are asked to produce a result of customer ID, name, and total quantity. So this is for customers that reside in state of Florida or made the order from the state of Florida and made orders 10 or more orders, okay, from the state of Florida. How do you start constructing the query against this table to get this set of record, okay, that is being required by the request? SQL follows a keyed-in order. This is the order in which you always have to construct your SQL. So quickly, you would type in this keyed-in order, which is select from where group by having and order by. This is the way SQL you have to key in your SQL all the time. It follows this order. Okay. Now, once you have this order of the clauses arranged, you can do a substitution and elimination. What it means is that now they are looking for you to retrieve customer ID, name, and total quantity. So in your select statement, select clause will precede the names of the column or derivation of the column that you are trying to display or retrieve. So you type customer or cost ID, comma, name. These are coming from the table itself, customer table, right? And then to derive total quantity, you have to count the number of quantity. Okay, so use the aggregate function, count into bracket quantity. See, as total quantity, right? So you have gotten the columns that is required for your report. Okay, now the from clause precedes the name of the table the information is coming from. In this case, it is coming from the customer table. So we will type customer here. Now the where clause precedes the filter that we want to filter on a given column in the table. So non-aggregate column. Okay. In this case, they want customers from the state of Florida. Okay. So you say where state equals and put in a single quote Florida. The reason we put a single quote is that it is a string. Okay, it's not quantitative, so it's string. Put it in a single quote. Okay, then group by. The group by clause is always used, otherwise you could run into an error. It's always used when in your select statement you have included an aggregate function. Okay, this time is count, it could be sum, it could be average, whatever. Aggregate function here, and you have the non-aggregate columns. So you always have to group by the non-aggregate column whenever you use aggregate function in the select statement. Otherwise, you're going to run to an error. So this is not optional. This is a requirement if you have something like that. So you put in cost ID, comma, and name. Okay. Now then you come to having clause. Now, would the having clause be needed? Yes, because they say they want other 10 or more quantity of orders made by these customers in Florida. And so we have to filter by the count of the quantity that is greater than or equal to 10. So it's having count of quantity greater than or equals to what? 10. Now the having clause, the order by clause is optional because a relational result will come in any order that is deemed. But if you want to be able to order them while retrieving, then you have to use the order by clause. And maybe you want to order by the items with the most, customers with the most quantity ordered. So we will order by quantity, count of quantity. However, because the system or the SQL program already processed the select statement before order by, the derived field total quantity is already known. Okay, so we can do the order by total quantity, which is the derived column. Now, if we don't define the order, it will order or sort the data in ascending order. But we want to sort the data in descending order of the highest quantity. So we can say D, E, S, C, and then semicolon. This, you have learned how to write SQL. You always have to substitute and eliminate. Remember to first type in this order. Select from where, group by, having, and order by. If you have this thing down, you can always elaborate and develop your SQL query. It will always follow this order. Follow me for more as we go into the practical aspect of things. Have a wonderful learning session.